Hello all. So I'm waiting outside. It's actually really gorgeous out here for my husband to pick me up. He's going to drive me to physical therapy for my knee. Some of you know I had knee surgery about 8 weeks ago. It's doing really well. It's been a painful process. It's been a tough process, but it's feeling a lot better. Thank you for all of your well wishes. I just wanted to talk about something that I don't know if you would say it's related to forensic psychology, but as you know, we have a lot of immigrants right now who are at our borders and who are coming into the States to seek help for different things. Some of it is political asylum. Recently, about 2 weeks ago, a gentleman came to our church to visit, and he's from Venezuela, and he came here to get help for his hand. He had injured his hand at home, and it became badly infected, and his arm was swollen all the way up to his elbow, he said. And he didn't speak a lot of English. I do speak Spanish. I had 3 years in high school. I had 2 years in college. My roommate in college ended up being a Spanish teacher. I think she might be a Spanish professor now. So I have a lot of experience with speaking Spanish, interpreting, understanding, reading. Definitely not perfect and really, really rusty. But I was able to talk to this gentleman and find out what his needs were. So one of his struggles is that he was having a hard time talking to the people in the medical office. They did operate on his hand, and they probably saved his life. They got him on some antibiotics. And after 2 weeks on the antibiotics, his hand was still pretty swollen. The rest of the swelling had gone down, but the center of his hand and his fingers were still really swollen, and he wanted to go back and have it rechecked. And he was not able to express to these people on the phone because his English isn't good enough. So I actually called and I tried to help and be a middleman, and I wasn't asking the ladies at the office for any information, any of his information whatsoever. In fact, I gave them all of his information. I gave them his name, his date of birth, where he was from, talked to them about the injury and what was going on with it now, explained that he needed to get back in to see the doctor again. These ladies gave me the hardest time about Hippa. Now, I understand Hippa. I understand why it's in place. I understand that people have the right to privacy and all of these things. But I think the medical industry is taking it too far. I was not able to get this young man the help that he needed because these ladies didn't want to talk to me. And I said, look, I don't need any of his information. Here's his phone number. He needs you to call him with an interpreter. So not only were they super rude to me, but then they didn't help him. They didn't do what I asked them to do. They called with someone who only spoke English. So once again, he was not able to express and get them to understand what he needed and how, what kind of help he needed. So I think this weekend, my husband and I are just going to pick him up. We know where he lives. He gave us the address, and we're just going to bring him to the clinic, and I will stand there and translate. I asked them twice, 2 separate phone calls for a translator for him, and they did not want to do it for me, and they just kept saying, Hippa, 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 Hippa. We don't want to get fired. You're not going to get us fired because we violate Hippa. And it's like, oh my gosh, calm down, ladies. I'm not asking for any of his information. I just want you to call him with a translator who actually speaks Spanish, who can understand what this gentleman is trying to say, and you guys can help him and get him the medical assistance he needs. So I just want to put this out there. While I understand Hippa, I think it's a little out of control when you can't even get people the help they need because that gets in the way. So, it's one thing if someone's asking you for information. If someone's providing you information and someone's asking for help, there have to be ways to do that without constantly saying, Hippa, Hippa, Hippa. I mean, it's just insane. So I just wanted to put that out there. And again, probably not a direct forensic psychology type of topic, but as we have immigrants come into this country, some of them are legitimately going to need help. I mean, this man would have died without medical assistance here in the United States. And, you know, we have to find a way to help people and meet them where they're at and take care of their needs in that moment. And, you know, some of the practices right now in our healthcare system are really silly. You know, if he doesn't get the help for this hand that he needs now, the infection could go back to being that bad and his life could be in danger again. So again, my husband and I, we're just going to pick him up. We're going to drive him to the clinic. I'm going to stand there and interpret. I'm going to stand there and translate until he finally gets seen by a doctor and taken care of. Anyway, have a great day, folks. Just wanted to share a little bit about recent experiences. And if any of you need any help or assistance, feel free to leave it in the comments. Feel free to Google me. You can message me. You can text me. My phone number is out there. It's on our consultancy page. And, you know, let us know how we can help you. Take care.